I want to dive deeper on this customization spectrum. Up until now, we've only been using a Ready Player Me implementation that's available on just default systems and such. I know that you've got some ways that you've integrated with Unreal Engine, for instance, that was going to get us to that next stage of kind of realism. And love for you to kind of demo that a little bit for us and see, so we can see the difference between the two implementations of it. Tell me a little bit about the technology we're looking at right here, Ian.
Yep, so this is running in the Unreal Engine, and we're using their system called MetaHumans. And it's very similar to the previous tech, except with this tracking, I'm using a second device. I'm using a phone with the depth camera, an iPhone, to track my face and then project it on Bess over here on the side.
And this, I know I've seen some of the work that Launchbox has done with this technology before. Can you talk a little bit about what you think the client use cases are, where, what would drive someone to look for this level of realness in an avatar? Because certainly it's useful. I can think a couple come to mind, but I want to know what you see with your clients.
So here's a good example. So we are often doing medical enterprise content, and part of that is going to involve patient interaction. And so this avatar is someone you could actually do a role play with. Now, when you take the human away and you just put an avatar in, it gives you a way to remove yourself from the direct interaction, and so role play is easier to do. So in this case, we built this sample for a concussion protocol. We have someone out on a field and they've just gone through a hit to the head, and you're going to quiz them and ask them to do a few things and determine whether or not you feel they have a concussion. So that's not really about expressing yourself. That's not really about, socializing as much as it is a business use case for interacting with a virtual human.
And what's different? Why am I seeing better mouth capture, for instance, or eye capture? Like, what's native to this technology that allows that to track so much more realistic than maybe what we were seeing a few minutes ago?
Good question. So I do not want to downplay how successful Hallway Tile is, but they're fundamentally working with less data. They're using a 2D camera on a computer to do all of their tracking using machine learning, which is incredible and really impressive. The reason why this might seem a bit better for the lip tracking, the shapes, the mouth, or visemes, is because it's using the iPhone depth camera. And so when it's reconstructing the expressions, it can use all that additional three-dimensional data to map it to a character. And that would be the same with the Ready Player Me avatars as it is with this Unreal MetaHuman.
I certainly see, as this technology gains a foothold and becomes more, it becomes more apparent and more readily used in various different platforms and such. When you're talking about customers that come in and want to sell merchandise or to demonstrate merchandise, think clothing, think accessories. There's been a lot of news recently around, for instance, the integration that Adidas did with Ready Player Me and such. And so we're just on the very beginning of merchandise and accessories, reaching a status the same as they are in real life, where people want that pair of shoes or that handbag or that scarf, that hat, and they're able to dress their avatar with it, and they're able to take it with them multi-platform as they go throughout the metaverse. So this realism here, to me, seems like a great opportunity for these brands to really show themselves in the metaverse. And certainly they're already doing it in some of the graphics we see on regular conventional television or web ads. But the fact that this is going to be available, in VR headsets, in AR glasses over time, really creates some incredible possibilities for the next phase of customization, how people are going to look to monetize it.
Agreed. It'll get past that limitation I mentioned in the previous segment, where there's that hardware limitation preventing you from using it on a bunch of different tech, mobile devices, etc. Once you've gotten better hardware, you get to just make the choice based on what's best for the particular project or the meta interaction. Is the realism there to drive empathy? Is it there to present a formal tone to your customers, to your friends, whatever it might be? It doesn't have to be limited based on what platform you're using.